Okay, in that case, I think we're all ready. And since we're all here, hello everybody. Welcome to Stuart Little 2 for the PC. This is a game that was developed by Infogrames, known for doing Driver 2, a few other games as well. And yeah, fair to say it's a fun little game, this one. So there's 5 levels in total. There's like a car, a car chase where you have to escape from Falcon. There's something to rummaging around in a drain for Mum's ring. There's a balloon, I want to say like a balloon float where you have to float to the top of a building. A skateboarding section, and then a plane flying section. Now, again, this game is very short, so it's a very short run, for about 6.5–7 minutes. It's a lot shorter than the estimate. I think I was being a bit generous when I put 10 minutes, but either way. Obviously we're in the high scores, I'll go over to the home button. So time will start when I click on the easy difficulty. So if we're ready on time, I'll count you down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, also, first things first. Cutscene. So, the entire game is all done via keyboard. And like I said, it was a very, very small game. So I showed off a game called Stuart Little Big City Adventures back a few months ago. And the whole idea of that was it was played on mouse. This is all played on keyboard. So the only time you actually see me use my mouse, I can use my mouse for stuff. But the only time I actually need to use it is to select the play button for certain things. So this is fairly straightforward. So you have to basically pick up these lightning bolts here, and you fly towards the end of the level, as you can see. And the whole idea is to avoid any obstacles like baseballs rolling towards you. You can pick up fruit and things like that. And also, I do apologise for the repeat of the noise of the car. It's actually, this is all part of the game. Also, I missed that lightning bolt. This is fine. So the eagle above us, you can see him right there. He will try and drop water balloons, as you can see. He'll try and drop stuff on us, which he isn't going to do. We're not going to let him do that. So the whole idea, like I said, it's fairly straightforward. You press obviously left and right to move left and right, and obviously up is to go and down is to brake. And for the most part, like I said, just collect these. The game is very straightforward. It's very easy to get into as well. I do believe there's in multiple languages. Also, that is the first one done. And we get this nice little congratulations as soon as you finish the first one. So, there is cutscenes and things between it, which we're going to skip by pressing the enter button.
Click on whatever you
so this is drain escape, as you can see, as you heard Stuart say. So this is an on-foot section. And what we need to do is we need to get rid of the broccoli there. We have to press enter whenever we see one of these. So if you see we've got like a wheel coming up, either Stuart will do it for us, or we will ourselves press the enter button and turn it around. So what that does is it turns ladders and stuff around, meaning we don't have to do any of that. So the route that we're taking is the fastest route and the easiest to get to this on the right hand side there. So there's actually 2 things we need to do here. So the first thing is we need to go from here, we need to go over here, and jump if we want. Doesn't really matter if we get hurt because it's fine, we're completely fine on that one. So we're going to do that, like that, and that obviously, as you can see, puts us down to, it allows us to get the ladder lined up. It also allows us as well to basically make this a bit easier. So it's, essentially you've got to get through one side to the other. All you've got to do is collect Mum's golden pearl necklace, I think it is, because she loses it somehow. So now we're on balloon jump. So I can move the mouse. There we go. So balloon jump basically involves grabbing hold of these balloons, and we're going to have enemies en route. And also, what we also want to make sure we do. So there we go. Nearly missed it then. So what we're going to do on this one, it's quite easy. Just don't float to the top of this building. Dead easy. Like so. And we also want to avoid any falling debris. So there is falling debris on us, but this is fine. So, we can grab one. There we go. Good stuff. So like I said, fairly straightforward. So you press spacebar to jump, and as you can see, the balloons actually go down with time as well. I do actually believe that there we go. Good stuff, we're done. So I do believe that the fruit ones with the fruits on, they allow you to give you more points and also are a bit quicker to use. So the next one we're doing is something called Roofscape. Now this one, what we've got to do, also I completely missed the plane part, is we need to collect all the plane parts. Now there's several plane parts, and if I can get it, this would be great. Basically each plane part's here, and we want to make sure that we get them all, collect everything. So you can actually miss, I think there's one in particular that you can miss on this one. Which is not the chair, where is it? It's here somewhere. This part here. That bit there. You can actually miss that. So this one's going to be interesting if we can get this, if I can.
Once you found all the pieces of the plane, you'll discover
Also,
my mom's diamond ring and win this game.
Nice. Okay. So when you collect all the parts like that, it's a very like I said, this game is very short. I'm going to skip the cutscene as we do. So this last part here was about a minute and a half-ish of flying. So there's, I'd say like, there's 9 particular bits that you want to keep an eye out for. So I say 9 particular bits so that you can move in 9 different directions, and it's all about knowing. I'm just going to collect the fruit here. Also, Falcon's going to attack, which we're not going to let him do. But what it basically allows us to do is we have to get right to the end of this. It's dead easy, like I said, very simple. And what we want to do, just like we did with the, what's it called, the car one. You do the same for this, but except instead of it being a car goes fast, it's a plane. Also, I want to try and collect these as fast as possible. Like that.
Way to go.
So we kind of want to collect. You don't have to worry about collecting fruit. Like you can actually skip doing that. Unless you want to go for a high score attack on this game, then by all means collect all the fruit and things like that. But we want to do this as fast as possible. So we're going to kind of collect a bit of fruit because we can. Also, if you go forward like that, as you just saw me do, then what it means you can do is you can. Where is it? You can go a bit faster. Also, get in there, nearly there. Also, so time will be as soon as I get the final cutscene, so I'll let you know when time is. Like I said, it's a very short game, very short. Very easy to get hold of as well. Also, don't know when we're going to get the last one yet. Get in there, nearly there. Like I said, all played on a keyboard, so it's fine. Also, I think he's about to attack, is he? Yes, he is. Nice. We've got a minute and a bit left on the time, which is great. Okay, and time. And that's it. That's the story mode for Stuart Little 2. Now, bear in mind, I think it was a 718 that anyway. But bearing in mind, it is a very short game, very easy to do. It's quite easy to get hold of if anyone wants to run this game. There is actually 4 different categories of it. So each story mode, the story mode has 3 difficulties. So you've got an easy, medium, and hard. Easy, medium, and hard difficulty is all ranged in the difficulty. So obviously, apart from being harder, of course, the car chase or the car route that you do at the start, that's got different obstacles to avoid, and a lot more of them. The drain rummage is in a completely different order. So you have to go like a different route to do it. The floating balloons becomes a lot harder because you have a lot more enemies swarming to try and take you down. The skate mission's still as easy as ever, but I think you usually get Falcon, coming down and trying to take you out, and then the Fly Eagle bit, the flying helicopter, the aeroplane bit at the end, that's also a bit more difficult. So there is 3 different difficulties, and each difficulty can be completed in literally minutes. So like the easy difficulties you've seen, it's like a little over 7 minutes. It can be a bit that could have been a lot faster, but anyway, that's beside the point. So easy, 6.5, 7 minutes ish. Medium is a bit longer than that, unless you get really good RNG with and able to dodge all the obstacles and stuff in the flying balloon bit. And then the hard difficulty is obviously a lot harder. And then there's like a score attack one, which is basically to beat the high score. So on here you've got free play, obviously, which you play any of the ones. Story mode we've just done. High scores, your main ones to beat this, 18,000. You'll notice as well there's blue bits on the screen. That's because of the backwards compatibility problem that it is. It is an old game. It came out in 2003. Again, Infogrames, the guys that made like helped develop like Driver and Driver 2. They're the two that come to mind all the time off the top of my head. They helped make this little game, and it's based off the film, but shrunk down to like a bite-sized chunk. So it's quite easy to get into. There's not like, it's not like an insane long speed run of like 2.5, 3 hours, or even an hour. It's literally 10 minutes. So you'll be able to pick this up and get into it in no time. And getting your time, in my opinion, isn't too difficult because it's just kind of, you learn them 5 levels and they're quite easy to learn on like the easiest difficulty. Medium and hard, you obviously have to learn them a bit more. Because obviously more obstacles and knowing where to get like a lightning bolt, the boost thing, and where not to get them, and so on. But for the most part, like I said, fun little game. Would highly recommend giving it a try. Just so people know, I didn't really introduce myself, but I am the BPG13, also known as Viper, but you call me whichever you like. Like I said, that was Stuart Little 2 for the PC. There is a Game Boy Advance version and a PS1 version. The games on those platforms are considerably longer than this. The PC version, like I said, was like a mini spin-off sort of game. I'm pretty sure it's very similar to a previous game that I showed off for UKSG in the past, which was called Stuart Little Big City Adventures. And again, that's a small little game, very short, stuff like that. And yeah, apart from that, like I said, feel free to give this game a try. If anyone wants to run it, feel free to let me know. I'm on Discord and Twitter and all them good stuff. All them good platforms. And yeah, thank you again to BSG. I'll be back tomorrow with a Pursuit Force run for the PSP. About this time tomorrow-ish. Around about this time tomorrow. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the marathon for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Pursuit Force. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, BPG.
And
Next up, we are going to be having Pokemon Puzzle League, where there is still a bit more donation going for the Pokemon of choice. So it's currently Bulbasaur in the lead. If you still want to snipe that, I suggest you do that right now during setup, because you're gonna have to miss your opportunity by the time the run starts. But yeah, gonna do a little bit of setup now. Then we'll be back with